and make sure what belongs to these people in this various constituency gets to them without any compromise. You know why we are where we are today? Is this simple word. People are not contented. If you are contented, what belongs to the people should be given to them. So in one of those manifestos, we put inclusive and giving the people the real word, dividends of democracy. There will be no hanky-panky on that aspect. If I'm there by God's grace, what is theirs will definitely reach to all these various constituencies. That means you are carrying them along and you'll be accountable for them. We'll run a government of accountability. Not the one they used to tell us. Up till now, we've not seen accountability. But ours, it will not be in Abuja only. There will be an office that every week you come there, tell us your issues, we'll tell you what we are doing for you and the way forward, so that we have a better Chukwunkajulu. And by God's grace, I have that assurance of mine that there will be a better Chukwunkajulu come 2023 by the grace of God.
Okay. As we know, the job of a lawmaker is one, representation of his people, two, making laws, and then carrying oversight function and checks against the executive and other arms of government. But we know that these roles of the legislature is not attractive to the citizens, because once you're a politician, they expect that you go and build them house, build them clinic and all that. And it's now making lawmakers to always venture into things that ordinarily should be the role of the executive. I like the fact that you are coming on the constituency of the youth. So, and the youth are the most demanding because most of the problems are the ones they face. How do you intend to concentrate on the role of lawmaking? Why making it attractive to people to understand that this is your role, as against delving into, because now we see members building clinic, building computer centers, doing this one and that, which constitutionally are not there, but they are doing it because that's the only thing that appeals to the citizens. So are you going to continue in that venture, or you are going to shift to concentrate on your role but make it attractive to the citizens?
Yeah, you see, that's why I told you that my type of leadership will be a different one altogether. You just mentioned making law, doing this, doing that. I've said it earlier on and I will still repeat it. Whatsoever thing I'm doing, the interest of the masses come first. Because it is because they have trust and confidence in us that will represent them well. That is why they voted us into office. So now, if now in the plan or in the arrangement you have they gave you your own constitution, your constituency allowances and all those things that's supposed to be to the people, that you do one thing or the other for them. I think that should be done. It will not be business as usual. All the town halls meeting I've been having before now, I try to arrange their mind. Let's put aside the old way of politics, bringing money, shares for you. No, we will not do that. We will do things that will be on ground, that our unborn children, when they are born, they will meet structure on ground and they will say of a truth, they arrive at the appropriate time. You know, for us, we've not enjoyed it. In my own constituency where I am, we do some social responsibility for ourselves, which we ought not to do. If those that are before us did what we are doing now, I think we'll meet a better life. So these are the things we are bringing on board. All the town hall meeting have not shared money. They try to say, give us money. I say, no. How long will you continue collecting peanuts? You sell your right for 4 years. Why don't we do something for you that your unborn children, when they are born, they will benefit from it? These are the kind of things we are bringing on board, Mr. Lawrence.
Okay, let me ask that very popular question, our engineer Emmanuel. Do you have structure to win this election, and what are your structures?
Good and fine. You see, that is the statement they always make to refer to one political party that has been trending now. They say it does not have a structure. Mr. Lawrence, I and you are the structure. If you are in those various constituencies, you are the structure. is for me to sell my idea to you. Haven't sell my idea to you and you see that my idea is good to go, then you will give me the mandate. Now, what do we mean by structure? You have the people in those various constituency. You have them there, you know their challenge, you know what is bothering them, and you've told them that if they give you that opportunity or that mandate, this thing will be, it will be a testimony that you've met their needs. So I think all this issue of structure, I conclude on it and say the people in those axes are the structure of a person.
Okay, we've largely concentrated on um, the people of Kajuru and Chikun Federal Constituency. Now let's get a little deeper. When you disaggregate Chikun Federal Constituency, you see men, you see women, you see youth, but more importantly, you see um, persons living with disability. Then there is also even the fifth one. There are people at the lower social ladder, people who are vulnerable due to poverty, maybe displacement. And you know, when you talk about refugees, the Chikun and Kajuru, they are hotbeds because due to crisis, people are leaving their homes. Are there specific programs you have that you're going to do in the National Assembly that are targeted at those excluded segment of the society? I'm talking about the youth, I'm talking about women, I'm talking about persons living with disability, and those are the lower ladder of social services.
Yes, we have a plan for that. Like my fellow honorable, the one that is going for the House of State House of Assembly, who've drawn out a plan concerning those people. You see, those people that are refuge, they did not bargain for it. It was due to the insecurity that brought them to where they are today. So as we collaborate with the federal government, these people should have a conducive atmosphere, a peaceful atmosphere that they can do whatsoever they want to do without fear or favor. You know, we've enjoyed peace some years back, not the way it is today. Now, like those that are disabled, I have a program for them because they did not put themselves in that condition. Let's say due to one thing, one reason or the other, they find themselves in one disabled or one physical challenge. There needs to be catered for. If it warrant, just the way the former president did this Almajiri school, we can have a program that will have a place that these people will be, and they will be very, very taken care of, so that they will not feel rejected, so that we'll bring them together, because God created every one of us as a person, but so some has one challenge or the other does not mean that they are not human beings. So we'll carry them along, and as we carry them along, they will feel belonging and they will feel love, because all this has to be with the collaboration of the federal, because it is in our own power, because we are representing people, and the people need to know that we are representing them the way we ought to represent them, so that they will feel belonging. So like even the widows, all these things are in our plan, in our white paper, so that they too will feel belonging. Because you know, when a man, like all these our security agents, they lost their life in trying to protect us, and now they end up in one villages or the other. Nobody looks after them. We have a program for them, that they will know that they are not being abandoned. They are also the project of the government and those that are representing them. With that, you see that life will be easier and better for everybody, because everyone will be carried along. Those are the new things we are bringing on board.
Okay, so now the major problem in Nigeria are two. There's a debt crisis and there's a revenue crisis. Nigeria, the data available from PLAC is saying that by the time the federal government, present APC government at the federal level is exiting, that Nigeria would have been owing about 60 trillion naira, both borrowed fund, other liabilities like payment to contractors and all that. So your ideas sound beautiful, but they will be funded by money. And we also know by available statistics, by even the Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria revenue at the moment is not even enough to service debt. It means that the country is largely dependent on debt and loans. As we know, the NMPC just released a figure that even the federal government is in them a trillion plus. It's the same with the CBN. So it's good to have beautiful ideas, but where are the money because you are going to be faced with annual budgets every year. They bring budget for you to look at it. Now, how do you maintain a balance between the ideas that you have, things you want to do for the citizens of Kaduna and especially Chikun and Kajuru Federal Constituency, and the fact that resources are scarce? Or are there innovative ideas you have of how government can even increase generating more revenues?
Yes, that is a very, very wonderful question you just threw. There is no doubt about that, that even the 2023 budget will go in servicing of debt. There is no doubt about that. But I disagree to say there is no money in this country. I disagree. Anybody that tells you, Mr. Lawrence, that there is no money, I disagree with him. I stand to be corrected. Now, even though I'm vying for this position, I have one person that has been advocating that let's cut down governance from the top to the bottom. Let me use that language because I hate using that kind of language. I love saying from bottom to top. Now let's say from bottom to top, let's cut down governance. And if we are able to cut down governance, Mr. Lawrence, there will be enough money to do things for the people. You can't have somebody has an aid, many people follow him for nothing. I've advocated one time in my contribution that if we should even go the way from the House of Assembly, Senate, let's go on the minimum wage. We are called for service. Let's go on the minimum wage. If today I'm elected, you want to give me minimum wage, thank God. But what belongs to the people should be given to them. So I let them feel better life. You can't tell me that there is no money. People are building estate in Dubai and across. Where did they get this money from? Did they get it from sky? Is it not in this same country we are? We see people. Where is the accountant general? Where is our 190 billion? The former accountant general. 190 billion. You even forgot to talk about ASU. What is ASU asking for? A peanut, but one man corner such amount of money. You are telling me that we don't have money? They should not even tell us that. I never least expect to say that if now Baraventura we came into office, we will see an empty treasury. That is where accountability. All those that are represented. Mr. Lawrence, 2023 general election will be interesting to know. I'm telling you the truth. It will be a different thing. How will you be? You saddle people with responsibility. They are not giving accountability. They will come and tell us that there is no money. I don't buy. I'm not in the school of thought of that. There is money in this country, and the people need to feel that impact.
Okay, there are two things that I've taken from your submission now that would lead me to the next question. One will be, are you advocating that members of the National Assembly should go on minimum wage? Hold on. Okay. That's the first question. Then, second one, are you saying that the anti-graft agencies are not doing enough? And then the question will now be, what are you going to do as legislation to strengthen the anti-graft agency to be able, because from your submission it looks as if there is corruption everywhere and that's why things are not working. So what are you going to do to improve it? Because we already have the ICPC, we have the EFCC, we have the Code of Conduct Bureau. So are there things that you still have that you think that you can do to strengthen these agencies or even add a new one?
Let me tell you something, Mr. Lawrence, without fear or favor. The first thing, if I'm elected into office, by God's grace, come 2023, and we are sworn in by February or May, to be precise.
June.
Because, is it June or May?
June.
Good, June. The first thing I will raise, let's take away immunity. When we take away, they abuse the immunity they had and do whatsoever they want to do. At the end of the day, they tell us that they can't go after him because he has an immunity. Let's go on that minimum wage from the down to the top. Then now we take away the immunity that are not able to allow the anti-agency commission to work the way they ought to work. They will have the free liberty. If I, the person talking, committed one crime, even in that office, I should be tried. No power that beats that. This time around, the fight of corruption is selective.
But the immunity, again, we need to put things into perspective. The immunity is on the president, the governor, And I think recently the Senate President also and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. So, and all the other strata, because you mentioned the case of the Accountant General, I don't think there's any immunity covering him. And I think that I don't think there's any immunity covering any other official that is not perhaps this top echelon of this and there. I don't think there are more than 10 people in Nigeria
That has
are
immunity.
covered by immunity.
Good and fine. So if now the way you slated it, you made it known to us. So why is the fight of corruption not going around?
I should ask you.
Good and fine. That is what I'm saying. Now there are power that beats. That when you want to arrest this person, you will hear order from above because he's a loyalist to my party. He's a loyalist to the presidency or to whosoever. Then you will see the case now begins to dilly-dallying. Remember the case of the former governor of Bauchi State. Remember the state of the former governor of Abia State. What plays out? This agency should be given the liberty to do what they know that is right, that will benefit the common man, so that they will go after whosoever has put hand in our collective well and deal with him. You know, I was advocating one time like that can't we change our 99 constitution? We go the way of China. That if you have found one thing, taking money from the federation purse, either one of your hands should be amputated or one of your leg. This corruption of a thing will die off.
You cannot advocate that in this century.
No. You know why? Why did China succeed today? Didn't you see zero issue of corruption there? We can do that. Remember the statement of Mr. President that if we do not kill corruption, corruption will kill us. Today, where are we?
Okay, the question I asked you was very frontal, and I don't think that on the agenda we are not advocating for extrajudicial measure or chopping somebody's hands.
No, that is my own view.
Now, the question, I understand you have raised all these issues. You are going to the Green Chambers as a legislator. Are there laws that you think that needs to be strengthened to make sure that this, because I know that from my little experience, I know that in a functional society, I don't think we should go to the extreme end of chopping people's hand. The law can take care of that. So, is it that our laws are not working enough? And if they are not working enough, as we are going to the Green Chambers, what are the things, the legislations you think that can be altered to make sure that the law is strong enough to get people who are corrupt? We have also seen, we must also be frank, in Nigeria, we have seen high-profile cases of people that have been convicted. So it's not as if it's strange in our land, but how do we get it to make sure that it goes around to eliminate corruption, as you have suggested?
Before I answer your question, you say there are high-profile cases that has been convicted, but later on we hear presidential pardon. Is that so? Now you strengthen these laws. We have the ICPC, we have the EFCC. Strengthen them, give them autonomy of freedom of doing the right thing, whosoever that is involved. That's why I was saying that let's take away immunity, which you say the law permits it to be. Forget about loyalists in the party. If you commit crime, we are talking about a project called Nigeria, not a political party project, not an individual project, a project of a country. If we have this in our mind, the things that ought to be working will work at its own, without anything. You see people do things and they go scot-free. Now you are talking about, I can mention some former governors that were convicted. Then after on, now, did you tell us, did they return those money back after giving them the presidential pardon? Or did you ever see them in the correction center? Have you ever seen them the way we normally see some people being sent to prison? We'll see them with their uniform. How many of those former presidents, we've seen them with governors, we see them with prison uniform? I cannot be fool, Mr. Lawrence. Let's call a spade a spade. If you tell us that this man has been found wanting and is being charged and is taken to prison, from that place that the court, let them remove his cloth and put him that white cloth, or the green one, or the blue one, then send him there. Then we know of a truth that, yes, we are doing the real thing. Not that maybe one arrangement. I stand to be corrected. Allegedly, they say they convict you. Maybe for night, the man will go his house and rest. Then daytime, they will bring him. Or the day of going to court, they will bring him there. No, that is not the kind of leadership he wants to run.
Okay, so let's move deeper. One thing that has been persistent since 2003 is the issue of constitutional amendments. And one item that has gained general acceptability but has been unable to pass constitutional amendment is the issue of local government autonomy. And we know how important local government autonomy is to the development of Nigeria, especially around the grassroots, the people, the owners of Nigeria, the sovereignty, the citizens of Nigeria. Now, you are aspiring to go into a chamber where that is the domain of constitutional amendment in Nigeria, because the National Assembly, the Senate and the House of Reps are the only two constitutional organs that can make laws for Nigeria, change constitution, now go to the state houses of assembly for concurrence. That has not happened. I think there has been, this is the one they are doing now is the fourth attempt, where it is still unclear whether it will pass now, even though we are advocating. So going to that National Assembly, what are you going to do to make sure that the local governments as they exist today have autonomy to operate on their own, especially as regards to financial autonomy?
Yes, thank you. You know, Lawrence, if you have not asked this question of autonomy, that means the program was not complete. Thank you, you bring it on board. You see, it's all about lobbying. You lobby yourselves and tell them the reason why this thing is important. That local government autonomy is very, very important, because these are the people, governance down to the grassroots. So what are the reasons why won't these people have it? So those that are standing against that local government autonomy, the citizens should know that they are the enemy of democracy. Because if I'm there by God's grace, I will champion that as well, and brings my colleagues to make them see reason why this thing needs to be passed, why this thing needs to be given to the local government, so that the people will know that at the top there, they are not holding their rights. So I don't see any reason why that local government autonomy should not be given.
This is the agenda. We'll take a short break, then have the news by 10. We are still discussing with Engineer Emmanuel Effiong, the YPP candidate for the Chukwukajo Federal Constituency. We'll be back after the break.
You're listening to Invicta 98.9. We play R&B, jazz, reggae, hip-hop, inspirational talk, and gospel radio. We rule the air.
Great. Invicta FM.
Hollandia Evap Milk, ingantaccen sinadarin haɗin karin kumallo mai gina jiki.
Halo, kina ina?
Ina zuwa, ina dab da isowa.
Yi sauri fa, yau za mu je spa mu ɗumama jiki. ‘Yar tsaraba ta kenan.
Wai spa, satin nan da ya wuce, nake kukan baki da kuɗi.
Tsohon labari, ai kafin in ci kyautar katin 150 a Zenith Better Life Promo Season 2 kenan.
Haka ne, a duk mako biyu, Zenith Bank na bada kyaututtukan da za su yi kimanin naira 150 ga kwastomomi ɗaya har zuwa 20 masu rabo a ƙarƙashin tsarin Zenith Better Life Promo Season 2. Domin shiga tsarin, a buɗe asusu a Zenith Bank da kuma kasance da ajiyar akalla naira 5,000 duk wata. A shigar da bukata, a karɓa, a kuma raya katin ATM na Zenith ta hanyar ziyara ko ta na'ura. Sai a yi rajista da star 966 hash ko Zenith Mobile Banking. Sai me kuma sai gaggan maciya biyar da za su samu kyaututtukan da za su kai naira 500,000 a duk wata uku. Wannan garabasar dama ce ga kwastomomin ainihi da sabbin ma, kuma tana ci daga 1 ga watan Fabrairun 2022 zuwa 31 ga watan Janairun 2023. Akwai sharuɗa da ka'idoji. Zenith Bank, domin amfaninku.
Enjoy the creamy coffee taste of Cowbell Coffee. Round the clock, it's really delicious. Taste it and you will love it. Cowbell Coffee. Taste the creamy side of coffee.
Now available in multi-pack pouches at 750 Naira only.
The time is 10 o'clock.
This is Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. I am Job Daniel with the news brief. Festus Keyamo says the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu will soon be back in the country. The spokesman of the APC Presidential Campaign Council made the comment on Wednesday following concerns raised about Tinubu's continued stay in the UK. Tinubu's visit to the United Kingdom has made headlines in recent times. Critics claim his absence when political campaigns have kick-started suggests there might be issues. Others claim the former Lagos State governor is on a medical visit to the UK. The Southwest Enforcement Unit of the Nigerian Customs Service has impounded 1,995 bales of second-hand clothing, among other contraband items. According to the unit, this forms the largest single seizure of goods ever made by the unit, were discovered at an abandoned building around the International Trade Fair complex in Lagos. Speaking with journalists in Ikeja, the acting controller, Federal Operations Unit Zone A, Hussein Ejubunu, explained that the unit made the discovery and evacuation using combined strategies of intelligence, tact, and enforcement. From the foreign scene, North Korea fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles into the sea on Thursday in the direction of Japan after the return of a U.S. aircraft carrier to the region and a UN Security Council meeting in response to the North recent launches. The missile launch was the 6th in 12 days and the first since North Korea fired an intermediate-range ballistic missile over Japan on Tuesday, which prompted joint South Korean and U.S. missile drills, during which one weapon crashed and burned. The launch was reported by South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff and the Japanese government. And in sports, Paris Saint-Germain was forced to settle for a 1-1 draw away to Benfica in the Champions League on Wednesday, despite Lionel Messi's brilliant curling strike. The Argentina star scored midway through the first half in Lisbon, but Danilo's own goal before the break ensured PSG and Benfica remain level on 7 points at the top of Group H. Both clubs failed to win for just the second time this season in all competitions, but they are 4 points clear of Juventus, who bounced back from successive defeats to beat Maccabi Haifa 3-1 at home. And that makes the news brief at 10. A major bulletin comes up at midday. Good morning and have a victorious day. Handing you back to Lawrence Obewe and his guest for the program at The Agenda.
More music right here. All the hits. Invicta FM.
The Agenda. Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria's call obey. The Agenda. Nigeria, my agenda.
Glad that you're still there. This is The Agenda. You can follow us on our handles about this program. All the videos of all the past editions, all our programs, the ones on air, the physical meetings, the videos of the physical meetings are all on our website. The address is www.theagenda.ng. I take that again, the website www.theagenda.ng. You can connect with us on Facebook The address is The Agenda. On Instagram and Twitter, it is The Agenda Niger. The Agenda Niger. The Agenda 9 number then and G and A. So is that segment where we hear from the public. In the house today to discuss his manifesto is Engineer Emmanuel Effiong, the YPP candidate for the Chikun Kajuru Federal Constituency. The numbers to call, the studio lines, 081 40,000 989. I take that again, 081 40,000 989. The second line is 070 878 00989. I take that again, 0708 7800 989. We'll be taking your calls now. Hello, good morning. Welcome to The Agenda.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Lawrence.
Good morning.
Good morning to the guest in the studio, Honorable Engineer.
Good morning, sir.
It's Francis calling.
Francis from...
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Francis.
Yes. Thank you. My contribution, my said this morning is just to appreciate his coming to the studio to tell us what he has in mind and his plan towards Chukun and Kajuru constituency. He's somebody that definitely, by the special grace of God will make a way for him to be there, because definitely he is going to represent Chukun Kajuru constituency, the man of the people. We only pray for him to achieve his dreams. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're still taking your calls. Welcome. This is The Agenda. May we know you?
Elder, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My engineer, Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, Kure.
Thank you. Kure is the name.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let me ask engineer. I know engineer for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask him one question or two. Actually, me, I know politics is about number. Is he telling me that the politics is all about only on social media or on radio? That's the question I wanted to ask him. That's the first question. Because me and him, I know him over 10 years. He don't know my house. And I must have to tell you, I don't know how to tell my people to convince them to vote for him. That's just the plain truth about it. Okay. Secondly, how will he overcome these guys that are there for the past how many years? He said that, I agree with him. He says that he don't have money to contribute to give people, which is true. But the people, all they are after, let them see it on ground. That's just what the people are saying. You cannot gather people every day, tell me their story, they will listen to you. That's just what I understand with a typical hungry Nigerian man. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are still taking your calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Lawrence.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Musa Bala.
Okay, Musa Bala.
Yes. I have against what you have said, and somebody who wants to represent Kajuru and Chukun constituency as a federal lawmaker.
Yeah.
I have a few questions to ask him. First and foremost, let me say that I'm Musa Bala, and Kajuru is my
constituency,
local government. First and foremost, you are against one state, and I have the record, where money collected from Patient Jonathan as grab money. He vehemently said that money should be given back to her because nobody complained that there was money. Okay. And I have the record, and it's here with me intact. And at the same time, I'm a Fulani man from Kajuru local government. And your has been describing criminals with their tribe, which happen to be Fulani. I don't know. How can you now come to Kajuru local government and convince the Fulani in local government that he is going to represent them? Finally, I want to congratulate Kaduna State and Chukun and Kajuru local government for the demonstration of sense of responsibility for allowing somebody from Akwa Ibom State to even have the freedom to contest an election in their area. that you want to be a federal lawmaker. But my question is about that money. How can you be preventing corrupt people and now you want to be a lawmaker? And at the same time, you've been describing criminal with my side, me that I belong to Kajuru. How do you convince me now that I should elect you to represent me?
Thank you, Musana. We're still taking the calls. Hello, good morning. Good morning. This is the agenda. Who? Awuso from Nasarawa. Go ahead.
I'd like to thank Engineer Emmanuel. He's an ardent advocate of righteousness and justice. These are the kind of people who want to represent us so that they can be able to bring the dividends of democracy in Kajuri and Chuku constituency. Most especially Nasarawa, want him to look into Nasarawa problem. Water is our problem, roads is our problem, and the primary health care. We should disregard any insinuation about his advocacy for truth and righteousness. We know people who are benefiting from this evil government. They can keep faith and keep on reminding us of. But Engineer Emmanuel is a Nigerian and he can stand to vote, and we will vote him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Awuso. We're still taking your calls. Hello, good morning. This is the agenda. Hello. Hello. Hello, good morning. I think we lost that call. Okay, hello. Okay, let's take one more. Hello, good morning. This is the agenda.
Hello, good morning, my lovely presenter.
Good morning.
And good morning to the Honorable at the studio there.
Good morning.
Our name is Comrade Gabriel, the unpaid Tezaman, sir.
Okay.
We are, in fact, we thank him for the courage he has taken to go into this office. And definitely with what he's saying, he said by the will of God, we believe and pray that Almighty God is going to show him the way through. But I have one or two also questions which I want him to see. You see, Chukun has only one industry now, and it's not working. That is refinery, Kaduna refinery. And as you always hear me in this studio, I always say, most of the workers in there, most of the people in Chukun local government here, in fact, they work closely with Kaduna local government, and they work in various sectors and they are close. What therefore is he going to do to see that he create massive employment for our youth, since they say about 47 plus million youth are unemployed? So I pray that as he's moving forward in the new party, God, Almighty God, should bless him so that he will see his way through in Jesus' name.
Amen. Are we still taking the calls? Okay, one more. Good morning. Hello, good morning. We can hardly hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Engineer.
Morning.
The answer is from Kaduna to put your government beside you.
Who?
Chief Amoteku.
Okay, go ahead, Amoteku.
Yeah, bless you for having this kind of idea at Nigeria. Because it's very, very unfortunate that Nigeria and we are not living like Nigeria. Thank God who gives you the wisdom and the courage to tell people that you are a typical Nigerian. Despite your language or your type, we have an exemplar identity as a Nigerian. We happen to have some of our nations who are living in our. Don't talk about Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba. We always have a one union over Nigeria. That is why we are greater than others. My brother, let me ask you one or two questions as others have asked. Yes, if you come to Chuku and the Kajuru constituency, where some of us are residing, we have some people who have been in that over something new. They will build the problem for the community. You will not go home. You will not water.
We have to let you go. We can hardly hear you. Thank you. You call back. Okay, Engineer Emmanuel, let's take the little time that we have to try to delve into the question. Kure asked, he said, are you not doing physical campaigns? That is always on social media and radio. Then when are you going to start visiting people to convince them? Because that he doesn't know how to convince his people to vote for you. That's one. His second question is that how do you overcome the incumbent? I think that one will go. Musa Bala is talking about your stance when it comes to graft. He mentioned a former name. Then the second one, what I take is that how, because Chikun Kajuru is almost cosmopolitan. You have all the religion, you have almost all the ethnic and major tribes in Nigeria. How do you unite them? Because you are not going to represent them in isolation. That's what I take. On the agenda, Musa Bala, we are sensitive to issues of religion, so there are things that we cannot say on air. But that's my take from what you have just. Awuso is appreciating you for getting into the ring, getting your hands dirty, as they usually say. Then Comrade Gabriel is asking how do you attract businesses and industries to create employment opportunities for the massive youth in your constituency. Chief Amoteko was going to ask question, but we didn't get that because the network was bad. So can you just take some moments to respond? Then you can, Gilead, you can now give us the ones from the social media.
Okay, let me first of all appreciate every one of them that have called, those that appreciate and those that asked him question. Every question had an answer. Let me first of all say that he made a statement of religion, and we are not on that line. We are Nigeria, and we remain Nigeria, and we want Nigeria to succeed. So, in that axis of Kajuru, all tribes are there, and we are going to unite them to tell them that we are created by one being up there. If he never want our existence, he won't bring us into coming together. So now, I'm an advocate of corruption. So somebody should not use that to say I'm not an advocate. I think maybe if he has that video, let him, the audio, let him come to a studio like this and play. Let me, to my hearing. Then concerning Awusko, I say God bless him. He's also a freedom fighter, just the way I am. Then Kure, I don't know why Kure say what he says. We have been holding town hall meeting in all the 22 wards under my watch. I've been holding a town hall meeting with some group of people, and we have been selling our manifestos or our ideas to them. And very soon, after our meeting for Saturday, we'll come on air to announce the day we'll flag up our campaign proper. So, and we'll convince the people, as I've earlier stated, that when we tell the people these are the things we are coming up, if they see that we are good for them, good and fine. You know, you made a statement, you talked about 3 or 4 bills that the person representing us there has done. For me, he has not done anything as far as I'm concerned. You just say he just passed the first reading, not second, not third. Talk less. So for me, it amounts to nothing. He has never represented the people of Chikun Kajuru the way he ought to represent the people. Then concerning Mr. Gabriel, yes, whenever he calls on board, I almost share fears. We have an industry that employs millions or thousands of people but has been closed. If by God's grace we come on board, it will be a collaboration between the federal and the state. Since we are talking about creating jobs for people, if that industry is up and running, a lot of people will go back to job. We have job to do. You know, an idle man is the devil workshop. When people are on the street without doing anything, they begin to think of one corruption or the other to engage into. But if these things come on board with the collaboration and by the help of God, I'm assuring him that industry will come on board. And even their money that has been advocated for over how many years has not been paid. The recent one, we had that Mr. President release some chunk of money to those people. Where is that money? So these are the things that we will bring on board so that people will be more responsible. You don't try to favor people because they are from your party or whatsoever. There are money that has been released that belongs to the people that have worked. So let their money be given to them. So, Mr. Gabriel, keep us in prayer, and we are having hope, all hope intact, that this text that you have been talking about, by God's grace, if God give us the mantle of leadership, we will collaborate, we will lobby to see this industry comes on board. Because anything I'm doing is for the masses, not my own interest. And the people of Kajuru, the new dawn has come. And by God's grace, we will do what's for how many years? Since 1999, you've not experienced. You begin to experience it when we come on board. So I believe I've done justice to those that they said. For Musa Bala, before I stop, before my final submission, we have a project. He always let me quote him on his word. He say Nigerian is greater than any person. So let him put aside whatsoever beef. Let's have the project Nigeria so that we move this country forward.
This is the agenda. Remember that you can follow us on our social media handles. The Agenda on Facebook, the Agenda Niger on Instagram and Twitter, and www.theagendang on that's our website. So you can continue to follow us. Gilead, do we have comments from the Facebook page?
Okay, there's a question right here from Facebook coming from Solomon Barrow, and Solomon says, "Good morning to your guests. How can your guest cover Chikun and Kajuru Federal Constituency prior to his party structure, YPP, that is yet to be accepted in the minds of his constituents? Is your guest a grassroots mobilizer across his constituency? How can he single-handedly fund the ward political party offices across the Chukun and Kajurun local government? Does your guest have the capacity to unseat the monarch of Chukun and Kajuru federal constituency? How can your guest relate with the native language of Chukun and Kajuru federal constituency by speaking the indigenous dialect without fears of unknown?" Then Ugo Kenny is saying, "Good morning, Engineer Emmanuel." Good morning to you too. Prince Goodman says, "Good morning, Engineer Emmanuel. My name is Prince Goodman. You're saying it's the way it is. These old politicians don't like your type." Okay, and your opinion right there. Etuk Samson says, "My thumbs up for you, my brother, Engineer Emmanuel. I can see the clouds gathering. It will happen by 2023, God willing." Then Zachariah John Baum is saying, "Good morning, the agenda crew and the guest, Engineer Emmanuel. I salute the courage of Engineer Emmanuel for vying for the office of a member representing Chikun Kajuru Federal Constituency. But I want to plead with him to make promises that are realistic so that he will not drag himself to the hook if he eventually gets elected, because he's an outsider and he will always fault the existing system. I wish him best of luck."
Thank you for those comments, Gilead. Just to announce that while Gilead was reading the comments, my partner, Mr. Yusuf Goje, just walked in. Will you say good morning to the people of Kaduna?
People of Kaduna, good morning.
Okay. Engineer Emmanuel, you've heard the comments. I like that one. They say he's a monarch of Chikun Kajuru Federal Constituency. So tell them how you...
Okay, I appreciate Solomon Barrow and all those that have contributed. God gives power. It is him that can throne and dethrone. If you remember the case of Nebuchadnezzar, when he wants to take glory which belongs to the Almighty God, the Almighty God show him that he calls the shots. He may belong there, but if this is the right time for him to leave, so be it. It's not a personal property. It's not a birthright. He was elected to represent, and if the people seen that at this point in time he's not representing them well, the same people that elected him will now unseat him. And now concerning YPP has been accepted. Maybe he's not aware. We have been doing our grassroots consultation, and the people are giving us their support. And by God's grace, if we talked about the third force, the slogan of YPP is service to the people. Now, in the third force, when you go to the House of Assembly or Senate, you talked about APC, you talked about PDP, then you talked about YPP. There is no any other party to be found apart from YPP. So there is structure on ground. So YPP is as clean as anything. And those that are contesting under that platform has the country at heart. And by God's grace, we are not making promise, because just like Lawrence has stated, that we may meet empty treasury, but I disagree with that. We are going to do promise that by the help of God, we are going to fulfill those promises, because promise is a debt. Even the Bible says it, the Holy Bible says you better not, if you want to vow, don't vow. But if you vow, make sure you remit that vow. So whatsoever we are saying to the people of Chukun Kajuru, by the grace of God, come 2023, we are going to fulfill every promises made to them by the help of God. And one thing I want to assure them again, or I want to encourage them, it's not business as usual. It will not be business as usual. We are bringing dividends of democracy back to the people who wants to reclaim their mandates. So may the God bless the people of Chukun Kajuru. May God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria, bless Kaduna State. Please go get your PVC. I believe INEC have started distributing PVC. Go get your PVC. Do not sell your rights.
Thank you very much, Engineer Emmanuel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for affording us your presence today. And for you, to the listeners, remember you can continue to follow us on the social media handles, The Agenda on Facebook, The Agenda Niger on Instagram and Twitter. Then www.theagenda.ng is the website. Until we come again next week, next Thursday, with another guest. Remain blessed. We want to thank Job Daniels. We want to thank Gilead. And my partner, Yusuf Goje. See you next Thursday. Thank you.
One, 2, 98.9. More music right here. All the hits.